Hello, hello. Welcome.
Hi, welcome. I'm Ray Chris, founder of the Jaguar Path.
And I'm Nina Chris, the co-director of the Jaguar Path. And this is the Shaman's View.
Welcome to Shaman's View. Shaman's View is exactly what it says it is. It gives a perspective of what the shamans see as the reality of the world.
And tonight we are sharing the Taoism, Tai Chi Shamanism. So we're going to talk to you, we're going to share a little bit more about Tai Chi, the Taoist, and how it connects to shamanism, and a little bit more even. I'm so excited that some of you are with us live. So good to see you.
Yeah, cool. And maybe you'll lead us through some practice today. That would be wonderful.
I'm really looking forward to it. I have a couple very sacred, ancient movements that can support you in your everyday life, and we'll talk a little bit more about how it can directly support you in your life immediately, without needing any equipment, without needing to go anywhere, and just really be able to access it in the moment that you truly need it.
Mm-hmm. And coming from the shaman's view, and to speak to a Taoist, Taoism is by all means a shamanic practice. Taoists were shamans. Shamans are those men and women that have the ability and cultivate, rather, because we all have the ability. Hello, Kim. We all have the ability. Shamans are the men and women that cultivate the ability to view and to see what is in the unseen world, to understand the interaction of what's happening in the chemistry within our own body and our understanding of life and the day as it unfolds every day, and how that plays out in the outside world. In other words, first of all, I'll start by saying that the Taoists, for those of you who may not know, the Taoists are the creators of acupuncture and martial arts. They're also the ones that created and cultivated swordmanship, calligraphy, and flute as a way to soften the heart, and herbology. So the same part, and we'll just focus on two things today and say that essentially the Taoists are the shamans of China, those who helped others in their health and in the psychological issues. Maybe again, health issues, physiological or psychological. So those two aspects, essentially, Tai Chi is the martial arts. Tai Chi is the yin expression of Kung Fu. Kung Fu is the yang. It's the hard martial art that really is used to, again, it is about the health because they use it to defend themselves from robbers, right? And Tai Chi is the inner, the soft, the yin practice, which is a way to cultivate and to open the meridians. And here is where they are shamans. And again, to define a little bit more what a shaman is. Hello, everyone. Welcome. To define a little bit more what shaman is, a shaman is a man and a woman that know more than most, about their health, their physiological and their psychological health, and also how what's happening in the unseen world. What are the dynamics that are at play as we're walking on our planet as human beings on our two hind legs, and we interact with each other? What are the dynamics that are influenced by, and what are the dynamics and how do they play between people, between two people or groups of people, etc. So I'll dive in. I'll give a 2-minute definition of what they really share with us, which is absolutely everything that they share with us. And being steeped in these practices, really happy to have at some point in my life in the past and through what we do in our practices with, really come to a very clear understanding of what this is all about. And this is why we practice Tai Chi, yoga, and shamanism, because they're all one. So the Tai Chi masters viewed and saw that there is a really big dynamic that influences the planet, that is dynamic, that is there set by the stars. They actually went into a deeper place and shared with us that when we're born, the moment we're born, the stars, the constellations, as they were set up in the sky and the meridians of the sky, they set a specific influence, a predisposition on the meridians of our body, right? Being the ones that created acupuncture, they've discovered and saw in the body and drew out a whole network, a mesh, if you want, a scaffolding of the inside of the body. That is a network of waterways, the meridian system. And each one of these meridians has several acupuncture points on it. Now, as the meridians, as the constellations are setting the meridians of our body, we have exactly that. We have a scaffolding. And on top of that scaffolding, we put on the myofascia. And, you know, I see that in people, and we talk about it. I see that in people that some people are skinny and tall, they're long. Some people are a little shorter and a little plumber. Some people, their faces are round or triangular. These shapes that we all have are in essence the shape of the scaffolding of our meridian system within. Imagine like you have a wire frame and you put a cloth above it. That the cloth is described what you are, but the essence of the shape again is defined by the inner shape of that wire structure. And that's what they are. And it's like when I see people that are what we would call in Ayurveda more kapha, they're a little more plumb, and they try to lose weight and suffer psychologically. It's going against their grid, really. We should all have everything that we are, all the differences that we have. Maybe we be really tall, maybe be really short, maybe be wide, maybe be long. Whatever it is, it's given to us, and we can take that and drive it to the next level, or drive it rather to the optimal state that we can take our body to. Now, the meridians, so in the inside, are connected with the internal organs, and I am going to try to keep it short because we're talking about 7,000 years of history and a really deep study. So I am going to keep it really quick and precise. I want to say we go much deeper into the training, the Jagrapath training, which starts November 19th, 20th. Now, our meridians in the inside connected, as they're connected to our internal organs, right? We have the lung meridian, we have the stomach meridian, the liver meridian, the kidney meridian, etc. 10 vital organs, 10 meridians. The front and side body, 12 meridians, plus 2 meridians for the sky, 14 meridians. The ones that are connected with our emotion, with our internal organs, are the ones that define our emotions. What? So when I get angry at someone, I don't know if you ever gotten angry at someone, ever, anyone? Or when I get sad because of an event, or when I get anxiety because something's coming up, or when I get frustrated because something's coming up, or I become jealous of something because of something's coming up. All these emotions are essentially chemistry that is secreted within our body, chemistry that is secreted from our vital organs, that then is flowing through our blood flow and creates the visceral sensation of emotion, right? You see people that get angry and you're like shaking, and that's the liver meridian, right? Secreting its bile into the blood flow. Or people that are sad and you can see the whole body is collapsing. They just can't lift their head. They're like sad. It really defines the physiology. So Tai Chi masters, the acupuncturists, are shamans because they heal, and like the Greeks say, know thyself and you shall know the secrets of the universe and the secrets of all the universe. The idea is that when we know what we are, thank you for putting up the link, Amanda.
Yes.
When we know what we are, and in other words, a set of meridians is like the structure that we're living in, then we can begin to work with them. So when we practice Tai Chi, it is exactly like taking over, it's like doing energetic acupuncture, or we could say, dude, acupuncture is like a passive Tai Chi. You're asking the acupuncturist with the needles to change how the flow of energy moves in your meridians. When you're doing Tai Chi, you get up every morning or every evening, whenever you do it, you're changing the flow of energy within your meridians. Tuning up. You're tuning up your whole emotional world. If we say the lung meridian holds grief, if my lung meridian is out of balance, I have grief. If it's in balance, I have kindness. I have a large intestine, and I'm checking my cheat sheet here, stagnation. When my large intestine is balanced, I have relief, ease. Stomach, irritability. When it's in balance, satisfaction. The kidneys hold fear, right? If I have low kidney energy, I have fear. If my energy is good in my kidneys, I'm courageous. I'm ready to go, right? Liver, like I said earlier, holds anger. But if it's in balance, it holds enthusiasm. So I change my emotional world in the inside. As a result, I change the magnetic field that I am putting out and around me. And thus, I'm changing the outside world. Tai Chi practitioner, and even more so Tai Chi master, lives in a calmer world than all of us, I'll just say, right?
Well, and it's so beautiful. I love how you just shared that, and just kind of connecting with that energy grid and realizing we have these rivers within. And as Ray was saying, the Tai Chi masters, these Taoists, as they would practice, they were connecting with nature. And I think that's one of the pieces that I find so fascinating. We hear of sorcerers, right? I always think of Disney when I think of like the sorcerer, right? Or Merlin. But as we think about Tai Chi and how Tai Chi and shamanism are connected, there are many sources that directly correlate martial arts as the first form of shamanism. And the reason for that is because it was sourced directly from the earth. And so we're sourcing, and that word sorcerer, you can see the root of that as we're sourcing from the earth and connecting with the energies of the earth. Like Ray was saying, that outside world, when we connect with the outside energies, it affects our luminous field. Then we can feel that reflected inward, and that's going to define our emotional state. And in our training that we have coming up, we dive a lot deeper in these concepts. We go a lot more, kind of, I want to say, almost nerdy into all of this. Totally. But we also get a chance to really engage with the practices, to feel it in the body, because we can sit here and talk about it, but until you get a chance to experience what we're talking about, it's kind of hard to understand. There's no reference point for it in our day-to-day living, or in our traditional upbringing of like the school systems and such.
Talking of which, would you like to lead us through a couple of practices?
Yeah, I would. I'm going to just finish just this thing
Absolutely.
that I was saying. And as we connect with the energy of the emotions, we refer to it as an endocrine identity. And that endocrine identity is kind of the cocktail, is the sensation, the vibration of the energy that's flowing through our body. And I know for myself, if I walk into a room with someone that is really agitated or irritable, or just feeling uncomfortable in their own skin, or there's a lot of pressure building within them, I have a sensitivity to my own energy, and I have a heightened sensitivity to the energies external in the environment of nature, but also to the other people in my life, and of certain areas, certain cities, certain towns, certain places. And I'm guessing you know what I mean. If you go into a library versus going into a church, and some churches feel different than other churches, right? And so you start to feel the energy. But what's key as martial artists is having that sensitivity, that heightened cultivation, which is what we teach in the morning segments of our weekends for those 9 months. But as we connect with that, we start to really be able to decipher what is my energy and what is someone else's energy, and how can I manage that? But without these simple practices, without the ability to feel your own energy, it's nearly impossible to take that next step to awareness. And that's where the shamanism, as we refer to this as the Taoist, the Tai Chi shamanism, that's where it becomes so powerful, because a shaman is a seer, is a knower, and a shaman is someone that can transform reality. So if I walk into a room and I start to feel angry and I'm like, wait a second, I felt fine before I walked into this room, and I can have an awareness to like, wait, this isn't my anger. Or I don't need to be triggered in this way to have this anger. You have the ability to reverse that, redirect it, or just kind of neutralize it. And we talk about different techniques of how to do that. How do you transform energy to transform your reality? So I wanted to share all of that before I share a couple of moves. Tonight, we're going to all together, if you want to just watch or if you want to stand and join me, I'm going to share with you Shaking Down the Tree, which is, as you can imagine, the name kind of describes it. It's about letting go of really stimulating the mitochondria in the body and awakening the whole self, the mind, the body, and the spirit. It's an awakening, and it's kind of like a signal to the cells that need to die, that need to drop, that this is the time. And so it's like finding any weaknesses, any weak links. Good to see you. Thank you. Finding any weak links in your physical body so it can drop, but it's also helping you shed energy that you need to release. And then I'm going to take us into propping heaven. And propping heaven is one of my favorites. It's definitely a go-to. I see you doing it spontaneously through the day, and I know you see me doing it as well. But it's when I need to clear my mind.
Someone needs to prop the heavens. Keep them up.
We will take that role of propping heavens. So let's do it. Let's take it to the floor. You're just going to
lead the way.
You'll need arm's length distance from front to back, side to side, and just a space where you can bring your hands overhead. Thank you, Ray. All right.
I'll be right there behind you.
We'll bring this down a bit.
Why don't you find your place and I can do that? You got it?
There we go. All right. So first things first, you're going to bring your elbows, and I'll turn this way so you see. So your elbows are right by your ribs, kind of into your ribs, and your hands are completely relaxed. So just open and close your hands for a moment and shake out your hands. And then from here, you're just going to imagine a silk thread lifting you up from above, and you're going to just start to softly release your knees, and then feel that thread kind of lift you back up. So it's a gentle bounce. And the hands want to be so super relaxed, the head relaxed. Feel that thread lifting you up, and then gently let your heels tap and let out a good H sound. With each tap, give a ha, ha, ha. Yeah, give a nice ha. And keep doing that, and we're just going to do it for a few moments. And honestly, we won't do it for too long together tonight for the sake of time, but if you do this for a few minutes, we'll do it together, and you'll see the result at the end as you keep shaking it down, shake it down, release the chin, give a little sway from side to side with the head. You can shake your hands to one side and shake it to the other. And just nice and easy, feel as if right in your big toe mounds, this is your kidney K1, your kidney 1 point. You want to feel like a river, a stream of water just flowing right up your legs as if they're hollow. And just as you feel that woo, surging up, also feel that thread lifting you from above. So you're getting this nice buoyancy. And ready? Slowly release your hands by your side. Let your eyes become soft. Feel your knees unlocked and strong. Feel your shoulders melt down and away. And then bring your attention to the center of your palms. Just take a moment to feel this. And then from here, take a deep breath in, let your arms reach all the way out above your head. And here you're going to draw your hands back so your fingers are pointing at each other. So the fingertips point. And here, this is called propping heaven. So we're going to prop heaven, and without straining too much, see if you can look up, dial your fingers so they're pointing towards one another, and then draw the arms a little bit more back in space. There you go. We're opening the lung meridian, and we're also opening the stomach meridian to help digest whatever needs to be digested, both for food and stimulating the metabolism, but also what we're chewing on in the mind. What do we need to just digest and let go of? Take a deep breath in, lengthen. And turn the palms as you exhale, let your hands slowly flow down the front. Passing the mind like a French press, just clearing out any excess energy and guiding it slowly back below your belly button, allowing this energy to return to your energy storehouse. And release your hands. Again, inhale, prop heaven. Take a deep breath in, get nice and long. And as you exhale, turn the palms, clear your mind. Feel a beautiful calm wash over your body. I'm gonna do one more. Ready? Inhale. Prop heaven. At the bottom of that full inhale, give an exhale as you turn the palms in slow motion. Feel your hands almost as magnets, like Ray was referencing that energy grid. See if you can gently guide any particles, any energy that needs to be released. Let it just be drawn down with the hands. As you return your hands by your side, we're going to take a moment and just feel your feet so they're comfortable. Feel your body so it's comfortable. This is called return to the origin. We'll just take a pause to feel. Returning your energy, the endocrine identity, the vibration of your energy body, to be in sync with that of the universe, of Mother Nature, of this equilibrium of health and optimal being. And take a deep breath in, sigh out, and we bring our hands to our heart. Thank you, Ray. Thank you, everyone, for joining us. And our hands together like this. We see it as the prayer pose, but we also see it as, good to see you. We also see it as the Shaolin salutation, honoring the Chinese roots of this Taoist wisdom. So
that's beautiful. As we were practicing, if I may say, I felt and I want to share 2 things. It's like, I feel that there's a shift in my voice right now. My voice is different from before that it was then, because it's changed the chemistry in my body. If you feel it, if you can hear it, it's a little deeper and calmer. So I love doing shaking down the tree, because if you found yourself agitated from something, an email came in, a phone call came in, and now you're headed into to meet your beloved one, or you're headed into to go to a meeting, you don't want to carry that in you. Because on one hand, the shaman or the Tai Chi practitioner can feel and know the energy they're feeling from the people around them. But in essence, we all do. So when you bring tension back home, they may not recognize it per se, but it's happening to them. So you walk in and that came in. So shaking down the tree allows you to shake down that agitation.
Yeah.
And if you're filled with happiness, actually, what it does is it allows it to shake in and be all over you. So and you don't want to lose that. Happiness expands, but anything that is not a positive or
it's more of a heavy energy,
it's
so
heavy
it gets
energy,
released
it
to the
drops.
earth. Yeah. So we're so thrilled to be sharing the Shaman's View starting this Saturday at 9 o'clock Eastern time, every Saturday morning at 9 o'clock. We will be sharing a topic on shamanism, and we will just be kind of just skimming the surface. We go much deeper, as we said, in the 9-month training that does start November 19th. So on the Saturdays where we're in our training, yay, we will be doing the Shaman's View a little earlier. So if you are with us in the training, you'll still get to do the Shaman's View. We'll slide right into our deep Tai Chi practice, which requires no prior knowledge or experience. It's open to all levels. And then we spend our afternoons doing the shaman tools, and that's where we go a little deeper into the science, the mechanisms behind what has been seen as magic for so many years.
Yeah, that is common between the shamans of Peru, the shamans of Peru, like the French press too, Kyle. That is the tools that the shamans of Peru have taught us and we're sharing directly of how to clear out the meridians, balance the internal emotional world, so then to create an expansive and symmetric luminous field, so we can tap into the energy lines that are what we call the synchronistic energy lines.
Yes.
So we can shift life from being difficult or hectic to actually be a place where we're thriving and flowing and allowing for things to happen.
So much more to share. We hope you're with us this Saturday at 9 o'clock, and we will
See you there.
We will see you
Shaman's
there.
View every Saturday morning.
Saturday morning, 9 o'clock.
Thank you.